So now I'm just gonna show you guys like the skincare products that I use every day, so in the morning and the night. However, I'm not trying to say I have like good skin, like I have far from perfect skin, but these are just the products I use that make my skin feel like hydrated and moisturized. So first, for the cleanser, what you guys saw me use, I use a cleansing oil actually, which a few months ago I thought that like a cleansing oil would make your face really greasy and add to the oil, but the one I use is made with like rice water, so it's actually very gentle. It cleans very nicely, and afterwards it's more like refreshing and moisturizing rather than greasy. But after my face kind of air dries, I first go in with the toner. So just something like that. To be honest, I don't really know if my Blackhead Power Liquid does much, but I'm at the end of the bottle, so I'm just gonna finish using it up, and then after I'm actually gonna try this new serum I got, which is the Miracle Serum Light 30 Days. So yeah, I just focus this serum around my nose though mostly, and a little bit on my chin. And then I go ahead and use my moisturizer. So everything that I use, like each product I use, is basically to moisturize my face a bit more, because my skincare goal is to become like a wet sea cucumber. That's basically the vibe. And additionally with Swim, like my face dries out really quickly now. So we gotta add in some hydration. And then the last product I use, which my skincare routine is not like 100 steps long, it's just the basics. But last, I just use sunscreen. Obviously I don't use this at night, but even if I decide to stay in the whole day, which sometimes I do during the weekend, I still wear sunscreen for like the UV rays. I think that's what I read somewhere, that they can still like go through windows. But this sunscreen, like I truly recommend this if you're looking for one, because it doesn't leave any white cast at all, and so it's really light, and I feel like it doesn't have that greasy sunscreen feel. And that's all. Then I eat my multivitamins from Costco. Something just fell from Costco. And then I go downstairs and eat breakfast. Since I have some things like early afternoon, I think I'm gonna end up eating an early lunch. So for breakfast, I just have some fruit. I just have some strawberries I cut up and some grapes. And these grapes are like perfectly crispy right now. So I'm very happy about that. And then also I have my hot green tea as usual. And I'm just gonna eat this and stare off into space. Guys, I've been drinking my tea and I'm literally almost done with it. And tell me why I see a black thing floating in it. That's not a bug, right? Or am I just trying to convince myself that's not a bug? I don't know. Please tell me. I'm just gonna say it's a tea leaf, but I will get a new mug. I have like a relatively busier week this upcoming week because I just have a lot more extracurricular things and appointments. So I wanted to get ahead with my homework, so I'm actually starting now instead of procrastinating until like 7 p.m. on Sunday night. But I'm just gonna read the assigned reading for one of my classes. So this is like a new book that we're starting. It's called Born in Crime, and it's basically Trevor Noah's like upbringing. It's the book written by himself. So I'm just gonna read a few chapters of this because in the morning I like to do all the work that requires less like rigorous brain energy, you know, and then at night I'll like start doing math. Now I'm gonna try to work on my essay for a bit. So we're working on a process essay right now in Lit about 1984, but I'm having some struggles with it because there's no prompt that we are given, so we are creating our own prompt. And in my head, I feel like the different things link up properly. Like I know how it goes in the quote to like what it teaches, what I want to analyze. But then when I read back what I wrote on paper, I'm confused by what I wrote myself. Like I'm jumbled. So I'm just gonna try to get some more down on the paper, and then hopefully, like as I keep writing and then taking breaks from it and then looking at it again, over time, I will figure it out.
Summer rain on the window. Watch the time float on.
For my early lunch, I'm just gonna have a bowl of what my mom made. So it's called piran shorojo in Chinese, but it's basically like porridge with piran, which is like the century-old eggs. You've probably seen like the black eggs, but they're so good. Like they're like creamy, and it's actually really delicious. But it's with that and some meat. So I think my mom put chicken or pork in here, and then she also added shanyao, which is this kind of like sticky root. It's really good. I don't think I'm making anything sound appetizing, but it's actually really good. And then there's also like green onions in here and some xiaomi. I don't know what it is in English, but the direct translation is little rice. It's like the little yellow rice balls. I'm gonna have this for lunch. I know I'm back in my room now, but this is where I spend 95% of my time at home. But while I eat lunch, I'm gonna be watching the new episode of 2521. And if you're on the fence about watching it or not, or you don't know whether it's like good enough to start watching, I would highly recommend. Because honestly, for a while, I wasn't really watching the like youth teen romance dramas because they just didn't really captivate me. Like even if I started one, I feel like I just give it up in the middle because the plot didn't really progress that much, or it was just more of a typical plot line. But I started this drama and I don't really know what happens in the end because right now only episode 5 has come out. But so far, it's really good and it's like really cute and wholesome, you know? I'm already emotionally invested in literally every single one of the characters, which also scares me because I saw some TikToks about how it's probably gonna be a sad ending, which will literally break my heart. But yes, I would recommend and I am going to watch it. So I'm about to leave now, but I have a job interview, so that's why I put my hair up to kind of look more put together and changed. But it's supposed to be really informal, so I think it'll just be really quick and everything. That's basically what I do during weekend mornings. It's very chill. I kind of just sit at my desk and do work. But yes, I will see you next time. Bye! Years of